welcome to our podcast from Ajax. We're at your club, Rob. Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here in Amsterdam. We are on the Toekomst. That's the youth training facilities of Ajax. People are most of the time are here until they're 20, 21 max, and they come at a very young age, about 7 years, and we start with around 200 youth players, and then as long they move up, some drop, some new kids come in.
Yeah, and we were pretty impressed with what we seen today. We got to meet Danny Blind, who's pretty much a legend, your hero.
Yes, one of my heroes.
We spoke to him for over an hour, and I told you just earlier, isn't it interesting how enthusiastic these guys are?
Yeah.
I asked him one question and he talked for an hour on his own.
Yeah, I know, Paul, you are a big speaker, but I heard you only saying five things.
It never happens.
Never
happens.
Never happens.
Me shutting up and listening to people, never.
It's like listening to David
It is.
in his prime.
I remember doing an interview with David Leadbetter in the back of a car on the way to the airport. We had 1 hour to the airport. I asked him one question on the video and he talked for the whole hour, and that's it. It's really interesting how enthusiastic these guys are, and you see that is part of why they're so good.
Yeah.
So what did we learn today? You know, what we came here for was to find out what are Ajax doing, which is super special with their kids, and maybe we can learn something for our kids.
Yeah.
But what we actually came away with is something pretty different, actually.
Yeah.
The whole thing's different.
Yeah. For all the Ajax youth players, they have a lot of respect for the club, and they are honored to be here.
Yeah, they all want to play. We're maybe 5. We're not even a par 5 away from the Ajax stadium, right over there. And these kids play here. They've all got their uniform on and everything. And we're sitting on one of the smaller pitches. They're just practicing over there, and they can see the stadium. And really, all they want to do in life is to be able to pull on the Ajax shirt and play over there in front of 50,000 people. And that's what we don't have in golf. And I think we've always thought, we've been very critical of team golf, I think it's fair to say. Saying, hey, look, golf's an individual sport. You've got to learn to be an individual.
Yeah.
But we've got to get these kids from somewhere, and they've got to be interested and excited. And surely we can do that by bringing them as part of a team, because, as we said many times, college golf in America works great.
Yeah.
Produces lots of players who go on the tour.
Yeah.
And they're a team.
Yeah.
They're an individual. And today Danny told us about what they do, which sounds to me exactly the same thing. He didn't really tell us anything about team tactics and all the rest of it. In fact, they don't even work on team tactics until the kids are much older.
Yeah.
They develop the individual player.
What also was a very interesting thing is the involvement of the parents. As a golf teacher, we are, well, at least I was very critical always when parents came to the training.
Mm-hmm.
Here, they turn it around and to bring see it as a more positive thing, and also to see the parents and the come off of the kids and what they can learn from the kids and what's.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting that they said, you know, we want to meet the parents, and that's why we won't go and pick them up with the bus until they get a bit older.
Yeah.
And then we know what the parents are like. I mean, golf parents are famous all over the world for being crazy. And it's pretty interesting how they're actually in a position to screen the parents. And if you're a crazy parent, your kid's not going to be able to come here. That's the bottom line. I mean, sure, it's different, you know. Coming here is not only free, but it represents for the kids who are coming from a not so nice area just over here somewhere, it represents the biggest chance they're ever going to get in life. So they're probably a little bit more respectful of that than perhaps the average golfer is. But then again, golfers want it too. We've just got to make sure we learn perhaps to screen the parents as well, and maybe at some stage we have to say no.
Yeah.
You know, say, hey, look, I'm sorry, mom and dad, but you're just too nuts. Take your kid somewhere else. Which is an interesting thing. Okay, this is Ajax, they can afford to do that, and maybe we can't, but maybe there's some lessons to be learned there too.
Maybe a nice balance.
That's what we need.
Yeah. A balance.
So one of the other interesting things that I've seen here is they provide everything. You know, this facility, we had lunch here. You can even drink a beer here. I'm sure not, you know, before training or anything like that. So they do everything that we do. So they've got over there in their technical center, they've got things like 3D and biomechanics and all that kind of thing. So do we. They've got practice pitches out here, which is, to be fair, I don't think something that we have. You know, golf's the only sport where you don't practice where you play.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have anything here that's not a pitch.
Yeah.
They've just got pitches everywhere you can see. I think he said they've got 11 or something.
Yeah.
And the kids play there. And one of the biggest things I took away from today is that they're constantly trying to teach them the game and how to play, how to become better themselves, but they're coaching the game. And in golf, we're focusing, I think still, even today, we're focusing still way too much on technique.
Yeah, that's true. But we also found out from Danny Blind, that even football is a team sport. The aspect in the education is the individual talent, to find out where the talent is from the good things and maybe the things they have to work on.
Yeah. So maybe the concept of a team as something that the kids get behind and they feel is important, and they've got a logo and they've got team colours and so forth. Everything here, everything you can see here is in red and white. Obviously, apart from us, you know, we're sadly in blue, which is not good. But I've got my red Leadbetter shirt on, of course. But everything is branded around that, and you can see how the kids must be totally fixed by what they're doing. So maybe, for example, we need to make more of our team in Felbert and call them something, you know, instead of the men's team. They need to be, you know, we need to have the colours, and we need to give the younger kids something to aim for so they feel part of it when they're small, and make sure that we have a club kit, a club shirt.
Yeah.
And the young kids, like here, they should be playing in the same colours as the older guys.
Yeah.
You know, our green Felbert shirt. Well, all the young kids should have that too, because then they aspire to be what it is that they want, and they feel part of a team. So we could actually do this that they're doing here. Okay, we're never going to be Ajax, but we could take some of these lessons we've learned today and put them into practice, I'm sure.
Great.
Okay. Well, it was really interesting here. For me, the guys kindly spoke English so that I could understand. My Dutch is not what it should be. So it was a fascinating day. I've learnt loads. In fact, I mean, we're still here. We just had the interview with Danny just a few minutes ago, and he's just left. I'm sure loads of things will pop into my head, but even now I've written 2 pages of notes in my diary, and we'll be sharing those as we go along. But fascinating day. Rob, thanks for having me. Well, let's go and have a Witbier here, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, great. If you don't know what that is, come to Holland and have one.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Okay.